Manhwa has become a big hit for those who are fans of manga in recent years. Manhwa originated in South Korea, although its popularity has spread to North Korea and overseas as well. While manga is in black and white, a variety of manhwa is in full color and attracts many readers. We therefore did some research, and in this video we present to you 10 manhwa recommendations that you can start reading. Number 1. Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling was written by Chu Gong and illustrated by Gi Sol-young and Rita Studio. It's based on a novel of the same name, as many other manhwas, and it's praised for its fantastical setting and great action. In a world where awakened beings called hunters must battle deadly monsters to protect humanity, Sung Jin-woo, nicknamed the weakest hunter of all mankind, finds himself in a constant struggle for survival. One day after a brutal encounter with an overpowered dungeon wipes out his party and threatens to end his life, a mysterious system chooses him as its sole player. Number 2. Tower of God. Now is the time to read Tower of God if one hasn't, and still, if you already did and don't remember much, it's time to give it another shot. And even if one remembers it all, it's still worth a reread. This gem of a manhwa is now a Crunchyroll original anime, perhaps one of the longest-running manhwas out there, and this one has quite the story to tell. Tower of God is broken up into 3 seasons and has been going on since 2010, with no signs of ending anytime soon. After Season 1 wrapped in June of 2020, all eyes were on its future, but no word is ever given on the topic. And that changed this August when Webtoon and Crunchyroll confirmed Season 2 was in the works. Many fans are hopping on for the second one that will explore the true beginning of Bam's story. Why not join in on the hype and begin reading too? Number 3. Overgeared. Overgeared tells the story of a game addict who dreams of getting rich through a game he plays. Never worked out until one day he acquired a really special class, rarer than the entire player base have. Grid resolves to use his new abilities to achieve fame and fortune, but as his very existence begins to stir up trouble in Satisfy, he realizes that life as a legend may be more than he bargained for. Though people argue the plot progression is not that straightforward, there are times when he makes a fool of himself, and it makes the story develop naturally. The good thing is, they're packaged with ample humor. Enjoyability is very likely. Number 4. Peerless Dad. This is a martial artist's amazing journey through fatherhood and battles. Gajang No is a strong, dedicated, and humble man with much respect for the martial arts. After the death of his lovely wife, this muscle for hire just wants an easy job that allows him to be a good father to his 3 little babies. He's even happy to pull guard duty and fend off amateur fighters if it means he can return home safely each night. But when a creepy cult starts stealing children from the city, Gajan steps up to the challenge and discovers his true warrior. The writing on this is a lot better than other manhwas you'll find out there, but it mainly excels in how it portrays its characters. The character development is important because the children take up a large portion of the plot, and they don't skimp on this. Number 5. Legend of Asura, the Venom Dragon. This is the long history of a medical sect, which is followed by complete and utter annihilation. The Yakumun clan, which boasts a long and ancient past, was wiped out in a massacre. The corpses pile up like mountains, and the blood flows like ocean water. Amidst this hell of despair, Asura finally awakens. "I will kill every single one of them. It won't be over until I've killed them all," he says. Jinja Khan is a lone survivor of the Yangman Bakwak Juk clan. On a day far in the future, the story of revenge against the Gengyo Murimsa begins. Number 6. Nano Machine. After being held in disdain and having his life put in danger, an orphan from the demonic cult Chun Yowen has an unexpected visit from his descendant from the future. He inserts a nano machine into his body, which drastically changes Chun Yowen's life after its activation. The nano machine injected into Chun Yowen comprises about 6.5 billion nanobots that are developed throughout the body and are centrally connected to the user's brain. It isn't detectable due to the materials used as its composition, and can't leave the user's body, and are ejected upon complete death of the user. Number 7. Murim Login. An era where hunters thrive on hunting monsters that come from gates, Jin Tae-kyung is a low-rank hunter who picks up a VR machine and accidentally logs into the game, which is set in the world of martial arts. After many ups and downs, Tae-kyung is able to escape this world. The strength and skills which he received in the Murim were able to be carried over back to the real world. This allows him to continue making a living as a hunter, but he decides to return back to the world of Murim out of care for his NPC friends. No one knows when Murim first came into existence, except many trace its beginnings to the ascetics from long ago who had scheduled themselves deep in the mountains or the rugged wilderness in order to seek enlightenment. However, what's definite is that Murim possesses a different strength and mentality compared to normal people. The Murim is a world maintained by the passage of martial arts from previous generations to the next. Accordingly, the relationship between master and disciple must be more intimate and earnest than a blood relationship between father and son. Number 8. Doctor's Rebirth. Here is another manhwa you should read. Jin Chun-hee is the protagonist of Doctor's Rebirth, who died from a Civil War attack and transmigrated into the novel he finished reading, The Supreme Demon King. After displaying his impressive otherworldly surgery skills, he is taken in by the White Dragon Godly Doctor and becomes his disciple as well as a successor of the White Dragon Clinic. Before his transmigration, Jin Chun-hee has black short unkept hair and gray eyes. He wears rectangular glasses and is seen wearing a surgeon's outfit underneath his lab coat. After his transmigration, he inhabits the body of a young child who has long black hair tied into a bun and similar gray eyes. In the beginning, he is seen wearing a dark yellow and turquoise robe, though after taken in by the Cloud Dragon Secure Delivery, he wears a yellow and navy blue robe. After becoming the disciple of the White Dragon Godly Doctor, he reverts back to wearing a yellow and turquoise robe, with his hair growing longer. Number 9. Demonic Emperor. Zhou Yifan was the magic emperor who was also called the Demonic Emperor, because he had the 9 serenities, 9 secret techniques written in the Book of 9 Secrets of the Ancient Emperor. He was targeted by all the attending experts and was even betrayed and killed by his student, Chao Chang, when the other 7 magic emperors decided to betray him. He was the 8th magic emperor and also their leaders. Apparently, he chose to blow himself up with the 9 serenities, but in fact, he used one of the 9 techniques to separate his soul and reincarnate in another body. This body was owned by a family servant boy named Zhou Fan thousands of years later. Try it out and you'll definitely fall in love. Number 10. Chronicles of Heavenly Demon. This story is set in an ancient cultivation world where martial artists reign supreme. The strong eat the weak as the world follows the law of the jungle. You spent your entire life promoting harmony, and now this is how you're going to die. The successor of the Spearmaster sect and his disciple Hyuk Woon Sung were accused of learning prohibited and taboo techniques and were executed. A powerless and wretched death at the hands of the Orthodox sect's fraudsters. The relic of the Spearmaster emitted a light and granted Wu Sung a new life, the life of number 900, a demonic cult trainee. The Orthodox sect and demonic cult are 2 distinct identities, but Wu Sung only has one goal in mind: vengeance. He trains in martial arts, accepting his fate and remembering his grudge, and his day of vengeance is drawing nearer. He takes control of the demonic cult and uses its power and resources to punish the members of the Martial Alliance and complete his revenge. This is an action-filled story which also shows a perspective of a revenge driven by bloodlust and grief along with friendship, love, betrayal, and growth in power and character on the verge of life and death. Thanks for watching our video. I'm Mickey V. Goodbye.